Welcome to Midwest Sports Net. It is a Tuesday night, Tuesday, December 7th, 2021. It's time for Midwest Sports Now. Thanks for tuning in to the channel, and we encourage you, please do consider subscribing. We talk a lot of small college sports and more throughout the Midwest and beyond. I'm Joey McWilliams. Listen, let's get up to speed with a couple of scores tonight on this Tuesday night. How about some men's basketball scores from the NAIA, the number 17 Georgetown Tigers, with a 100-point night tonight. 105-65 winners over Indiana Southeast. 4 players in double figures tonight, led by Drew Lamont, who had a double-double with 25 points and 10 boards. Also from the top 25, in the top 10, Jamestown at number 10 right now, and a big victory over Dakota State, 81-71, the final there for the Jimmies. And John Argue, another big night for him, filling in and taking over some of the duties from an injured Mason Walters, and Argue with a double-double as well, 15 points and 10 boards. You know, I mentioned last night that we've not talked enough NAIA football. The NAIA Football Championship is set to take place not this Saturday, but next Saturday. It's going to be in Durham, North Carolina this year, and it will be Morningside versus Grandview. Now, I'm going to put this in the comment section or in the description. I'm going to put the link again in the description because I did call Morningside just before the playoffs started on one of the friends of the channel, Sagu Sports Network, pregame for the Victory Bowl. And so I did want to say I did have Morningside in the championship game and winning the championship. Who are they going to play? Well, they're going to wind up playing Grandview, a fellow Iowa school in Grandview. How do these two teams get there? Well, Morningside took on Northwestern last weekend. Second time that Morningside and Northwestern had met. And I want to pause right there for a moment because, in my opinion, these two teams should not be meeting until the championship game once again. Now, that's without any disrespect to Grandview, Lindsey Wilson, or anyone else along the way. But these two face off every year in an incredibly tough GPAC conference. And it's one of those things that I don't know. I just don't think they should be on the same side of the bracket, in my opinion. But they are, and it's not. It's not even the same side of the bracket because these teams get reseeded week in and week out throughout the playoffs. So again, that having been said, Morningside taking on Northwestern, and the Mustangs come away with a 28-19 victory. Now, this is a real defensive battle when you consider that it was a 55-49 game earlier in the season. Morningside with the victory in that game as well over the Red Raiders. Morningside scored a touchdown in all 4 quarters, 28 points, and the defense just got better as the day went along. Matt Strecker really coming alive as the season has gone on, and he had, 16 carries for 65 yards, had 2 touchdowns on the ground as well. Now, the 2 quarterbacks really highlighted this matchup of NAIA football powerhouses. And it was Joe Dolenchek who threw 24 of 39, 293 yards, almost the 300-yard mark, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions along the way, but enough to get it done. Meanwhile, his counterpart on the other side for Northwestern, Tyson Koima, 24 of 46, 360 yards, only 1 touchdown to go along with a couple of interceptions as well. Just another classic Morningside Northwestern battle. And the Mustangs come away with the victory. They're going to go into the championship game again. December 18th is the championship game. That's going to be in Durham. They're going to take on the Vikings from Grandview. Grandview makes their way in with a victory over the then number 1 Lindsey Wilson Blue Raiders. Big victory over Cameron Dukes and his team. Dukes 18 of 29, only 18 of 29, 258 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. Johnny Sullivan, 28 of 47 on the day with 404 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, and 1 interception. And the Vikings, playing some solid defense, come away with a big victory in that game, 34-28. So it's going to be Grandview and Morningside in the championship, and I know we'll talk a little bit more about that. May get to visit with some of the folks that have a part in this right here on Midwest Sports Net. Now, that's NAIA football. Let's go to an individual high. We missed this a little bit earlier. So the player who is the NAIA Women's Basketball Player of the Week, how about Grace Beyer from the school formerly known as St. Louis College of Pharmacy, now the University of Health Sciences and Pharmacy, the UTECTICS. And Bayer with a big 45-point night in a win over Harris Stowe near the end of last week. And she's leading the way for the NAI in scoring 32.8 points per game, nearly 38 points a game. She's also now the career leader in scoring for the UTECTICS. So congratulations to her on that. Now, one of the other things that we said we would mention, coaching hires, some big coaching hires in the Midwest that are taking place right now that have come about. So let's talk about some of them. Really, really big one in Wichita, Kansas. How about this? Friends hires Terry Harrison, comes from Bethel. Another big season for Coach Harrison there in Bethel. That flexbone offense, the option, and they're just running all over the field. Not only that, but a great defense as well. Another 9-2 season. And Coach Harrison took the Bethel program that in 2017 was 1-10, and then 2018 3-8. Then you flip the switch there, an 8-3 season, a pair of 9-2 seasons. This time a three-way tie at the top of the KCAC, and unfortunate, the only team of those three with a 9-1 conference record that didn't make it into the postseason. Coach Harrison taking the position that had opened up at Friends now, and so he'll be leading the Falcons. That's a big hire. It's a big hire for Friends, and so we'll see how that one turns out. I have a chance, I know, to get to visit with Coach Harrison. He's definitely a friend of the channel, and so shout out there as well. So there's an opening in Bethel, not for long, because A.B. Stokes is going to be filling that spot. Part of Coach Harrison's team back in 2018, 2019. He's been a part of the Lincoln Christian staff in Tulsa for the last couple of years. He comes in, and a big part of Coach Harrison's staff in improving that program. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he's able to do there. So he's now the head coach at Bethel. Southern Arkansas, Division II, new head coach there, as coming in to Southern Arkansas, coach from he's offensive coordinator at Northwestern in Natchitoches, Division I school. He's going to be a part of this program. The other coach that's coming in is at Central Oklahoma, and that is one of the all he does is win championships. Adam Dorrell coming into Central Oklahoma. He's going to be announced officially on Wednesday as the head coach there. Won numerous national championships at Northwest Missouri State. Came away with some undefeated seasons as well. And most recently at Abilene Christian. That's a school that's gone to Division I now. So a big coaching hire for Central Oklahoma. And props to the Broncos, that opening there. And that's a good, big program too. So one of the top programs in Division II all-time in victories. Brad Smiley, by the way, name escaped me for just a moment. Brad Smiley coming in, the head coach at Southern Arkansas. So he is the head man there, just recently announced there to take over in Magnolia, Arkansas. So we've gone through all of these. Big hire, Brad Smiley at Southern Arkansas, Adam Dorrell at Central Oklahoma, A.B. Stokes at Bethel, and then Terry Harrison at Friends. So we're going to talk a little bit more tomorrow, a little bit more volleyball tomorrow as well. Mention a few things from the NAI as well as the NCCAA. So please tune in, and please do consider subscribing to the channel, Midwest Sports Net. We appreciate that. It helps out a lot. Trying to get to that 1,000 subscriber mark by the end of this calendar year. So we'll need maybe your help to get to do that along the way. Okay, I'm Joey McWilliams. Thanks again for watching. God bless you all, and have a great, great evening.